What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to chat about a big announcement which is going to be made officially by the folks at Bandai, the folks at the One Piece card game. You see, there was some news that came out of One Piece Day in Dallas this weekend. Part of it was the simultaneous worldwide release of sets, which is going to be starting next year. We've had a big old chat about that. We don't need to talk any more about that. It's a very cool, fun thing. But we looked at that in detail yesterday. A link to that video is in the description. Go and check that out if you want to learn more, which if you haven't already, you should, because there are a lot of implications I go through in the video. But there's something else they went and revealed as well. And they gave us precious little information, but they told us there is going to be a new type of event, the Pirates League. Here's what it says in the tweet. The news in the panel that just ended included the announcement and details about a new event called Pirate League. In short, stores will use a special event to make a crew and then come together to compete against crews formed by other stores. You can find the details on the official website once they are added soon. As I record, they have not been added. Apparently, it is a bit too soon, unfortunately, to get all of the details. Little bit sad. The thing is, there is a lot here that we should be excited about. And I think I can tell you quite a bit about this, because this isn't the first time this has happened. Sure, this might be a brand new thing for the One Piece TCG, but this is blatantly Pokemon Team Challenge. I'm assuming I'm not the only one that noticed this. This is the Pokemon Team Challenge. This is an event that Pokemon had a while back to encourage people to head on over to their local leagues, and I refuse to believe this is anything else. This is just the One Piece version of the Pokemon Team Challenge. And I'll tell you what, if you've got a good local team, or a local league. Doesn't even have to be that competitive. If you've got a fun local league full of people you like hanging out with, this is such a cool idea. Yes, there are going to be a bunch of issues. For instance, what if you've got too many people? Now, for Pokemon, it was, I believe, 4 people per team. I would assume it would be the same for One Piece here. Although One Piece does have a lot of 3v3 events, so maybe it would actually be a 3-person team. But I wouldn't imagine it to be more than 4. I can imagine 3, I can imagine 4. I don't think more than 4 is very likely. Absolutely could be. We don't know. But I think probably having 3 or 4 is what's likely at the moment. Now, it really depends how One Piece go about doing this. Because, let's be super clear, what we want is exclusive stuff. We want something that is exclusive. Now, for Pokemon, what they basically did were playmats. That's what we had for Pokemon. When you got to a certain level, we got playmats. Simple as that. Exclusive playmats that could only be gotten by doing well in the Team Challenge. I am not going to show you all of them, but for instance, there was this Lugia one, which was quite nice. And they actually even had staff versions. I don't know, check out this Gardevoir staff playmat that we had as well, which is clearly beautiful. These Team Challenge playmats were exclusive, and they were kind of brilliant because it gave a reward, it gave a reason to actually go and do this. This is not something that people are going to turn up and play, not seriously and really try and dedicate a bunch of time to it, just for packs. It's not going to happen. What we need here is a reason for people to go and get exclusive cards and all of that. And let's face it, if there's one thing that One Piece are good at doing, it's exclusive prize cards. Even at pre-releases, they have a winner's prize card and an exclusive, card just for entering. And actually, at the upcoming OP10, we've also got the new Trafalgar Law with the lovely Basai artwork there. But we have regional prize cards like the Nami, for instance. That's one of the newer ones. So my point is, this is something Bandai and One Piece are very, very good at. Given exclusive things, I would imagine, and I don't know, But I would imagine the overwhelming likelihood here is that we're going to see some exclusive prize cards that are on offer for doing well in these. That's what is likely to happen. And that's absolutely brilliant. Again, not confirmed. Cannot stress that enough. So how is it actually going to work? Well, what Pokemon did was they had store qualifiers, and essentially you had to win a store qualifier to get your place on the team, and then they would have 4 people in the team, and then they would go out and you would basically be paired against other teams. And it was something along the lines of there were so many kind of competitions, rounds, etc. in your region, and then when there were X number of teams left in each region, then it would become more of a global thing. Now, the interesting thing is, Pokemon had Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, and they could just play it on that. One Piece doesn't have a proper online client. That's just not a thing. We have webcam tournaments, don't get me wrong, but I mean, look, we all know webcam tournaments are not ideal. And in the absence of anything better, fine. But let's not pretend that webcam tournaments are perfect. The issues are many. We've all seen all the stories. We don't need to go back into it now. But the point is that actually, without a proper online client, doing online events is tricky. Now, the thing is, I rather suspect that if there was going to be, hey, we're doing this team challenge, oh, and by the way, we're doing it on an official simulator which we've set up, you got to think they probably would have announced that at the same time. They didn't. So there isn't. Is there going to be an in-person finals with the top X number of teams fighting out? I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know, I'm afraid. There's a lot of missing information from this. But the idea is absolutely sound. I do need to mention, though, Pokemon stopped doing it after a while. Now, this did kick off initially in December 2020. So if you think back to what was going on in December 2020, you might see where we're going. It was a way to get people engaged in playing the Pokemon TCG when they couldn't hold large-scale tournaments because of the whole damn panic. But could it be reimagined for One Piece? Could this be something that people get involved with? And the answer is essentially yes. And I believe the only thing One Piece need to do is they just need to get decent exclusive prizes, and people will be all over this. And I got to break it to you, we're not all going to have the same amount of fun with this. So there are going to be people out there who don't have a locals, or people whose locals just don't care and aren't going to form a team, or whose locals just aren't good enough and get bounced out of the tournament super quickly. Although it does say league, so maybe it is a bit of a league, but they'll be languishing at the bottom of the league. There will be some locals that are absolutely busted. There will be some locals that are just full, where they can get 3 or 4 people who are constantly topping regionals. There are going to be a couple of stores like that. They are going to have a massive advantage. There could also be some stores where there's a couple of really good players who are willing to drive a little bit further than maybe they normally would, so that they can represent this store, and oh look, this one store is particularly busted. There are going to be a couple of stores that are ridiculous and have a ridiculous lineup here. And I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of it. Happened with Pokemon. It's going to happen again with One Piece. There's not a huge amount we can do about it. What we can do about it is just enjoy that it's a cool thing going on. Because even if it does end up that there are just a couple of stores that are a little bit busted, it's still a new way to play the One Piece TCG. It's way better than not having it at all. And hopefully there are going to be some sweet participation prizes on offer. The exact details of how this is going to run is obviously going to be important. The prizes are going to be absolutely crucial. But for now, I'm a little bit optimistic about this. I think this is going to be a really fun thing, and I love that once again, Bandai are going out of their way to just do cool stuff, and I think that's lovely. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Good us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.